In this experiment, we want to investigate how the resistance of a material is affected by its length. And to help us, we're going to use this material here, which is basically plasticine impregnated with graphite, so it conducts electricity. So you can see that it would record a resistance, and so we can basically chop the putty down into smaller and smaller lengths, and we can use that to look at the relationship between the length of the putty and the resistance. So at the moment, I have placed the two probes 20 centimeters apart, and you can see that the resistance of this is 52.5 ohms. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop the putty down in 2 centimeter lengths and gradually reduce the length of the putty and see how that affects the resistance. So this is currently 20 centimeters, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop 2 centimeters off of this, like so, and I'm going to reinsert the probe right at the end and measure the new resistance once it settles down. Okay, and that's telling me it is just dropping down a little bit, but it's reading about 49.2 ohms. So I'm going to repeat that 2 centimeter intervals all the way down until I get to 2 centimeters long. So I'm now down to 10 centimeters, and I'm going to carry on taking the results. So And so we're now at the last result. This is 2 centimeters long, so the probes are 2 centimeters apart, and we have 13.7 ohms. Okay, so now we have our data. We can use that to plot a graph and see if we can see a relationship between the length of the putty and the resistance. What we can see straight away is as the putty got longer, the resistance increased. And this is quite obvious if you think about it, because what we're really doing is adding resistors in series. So each time I add another 2 centimeters, I am adding another resistor in series. And as we know from what we've done before, is that as you add resistors in series, the total resistance of the circuit just increases. So you add R1, R2 and R3. So if this if this small length was 5 ohms, then adding an identical resistor in series, another identical 5 ohms would make it 10 ohms.